Hello everyone and welcome back to Remove Before Race, and today we're starting a brand new video series called Speed Reviews. And the idea of Speed Reviews is to get all the facts and our opinions on a car over to you as quickly as possible in case you want a shorter video just to get to the point quicker. And today we're starting with the Facelift AMG GT Coupe. So, the AMG GT, what is it? It is Mercedes sport and supercar. And I say both because as you travel up the GT range, they become crazier and crazier until you hit the current limit, which is the AMG GTR, which is basically a GT3 car for the road. This, what I'm sitting in today, is the entry-level GT. It's under £100,000 and it is the start of the AMG GT family. But as you can hear, by no stretch of the imagination does that mean that this is the poor cousin of the family. Now, before we get onto all that lovely sound of the performance, let's talk about the design. All AMG GTs, if you drew the design with a pencil, will end up looking like the SLS and the 300SL because it's very much based on heritage, and that's what this car is. Now on the facelift we've got the added Panamericana grille, as it's called. This you would have seen first on the AMG GTR. This is again linked to heritage from the 1950s Panamericana race. Inside we've got the iconic V8 center console with 4 buttons on each side, mimicking the shape of a V8 engine, and it looks gorgeous. Here we've got an interior which is white with black nappa. In my opinion, this is the most gorgeous sports car interior out there right now. We've got air panel active aerodynamics in the front, which is straight out of the AMG GTR. We've got louvers that open and close to let in air. You can also now, for the first time, spec up AMG dynamic handling pack onto the GT. What this means in layman's term is that when you have that on the car, you feel less of the weight, as both the engine and gearbox are dynamically mounted, thus shift the weight with the car, making it seem lighter. Now onto the main bit. Let's talk about the engine. This is the M178 V8 from AMG, the 4-litre bi-turbo, and it is the sweetest sounding bi-turbo V8 in the world. It is absolutely thunderous. In the facelift, the power bumps up by 14 horsepower to 476 bhp, and you get another 30 newton meters of torque, and 0 to 60 is at 4 seconds. The gearbox is not like the AMGs of old. You don't have to go and make a cup of tea while it decides to gear change. This shifts immediately and it's no longer a talking point. The gearbox just works. But how powerful does it feel on the road? If you told me that I was driving an AMG GTS, I would probably believe you, because when you're driving on AB roads, on the motorway, I can't see you seeing the difference between this and the GTS. And with that thunderous soundtrack in the rear, it really makes you seem like you're going faster than you are. One thing AMG GT customers are very lucky to have is the hydraulic steering rack. Unlike the Porsches, AMG still have hydraulic steering in the AMG GT, and that means that steering is really precise, loads of feedback, you know exactly where the wheels are, and that feeling never fades. So the steering in the AMG GT, even in this standard version, is brilliant. Do you need the dynamic handling pack? I don't think you do. It handles brilliantly. Yes, you do feel a more weighted car than a car that has that package, but undoubtedly it is still very, very good around the corners. Look how much fun this is still. It's just got a beautiful, beautiful balance to it. You have so much confidence coming in and out of corners, it's just unreal. The car does the speed thing so well. At no point does it seem like you're driving something that's only 476 brake horsepower. It seems so fast and so quick. And that soundtrack in the background, let's talk about the soundtrack. It's legendary now in the 4-litre. The AMG GT is a maniacal sounding car. It's like you've got a Tyrannosaurus Rex chasing you. Comparing this to something like the AMG GTR, it's only like they've put the volume down slightly. You still get that beautiful sound, the pops, the bangs. It is just the most characterful V8 in the world. Just listen to that. This is in a sub £100,000 sports car. And it sounds better than a 488. I'm sorry, it just does. Look at that. That's a turbo engine. It's madness. What you're getting in the AMG GT standard car is a rear-wheel drive sports car that sounds like a supercar, has supercar looks, handles sweetly, and is under £100,000. I can't think of anything else that's going to give you, the buyer, the drama that the standard AMG GT gives you. It's so much bang for your buck. Yes, you go slightly higher up the line, the GTS is probably the sweet spot. You get more wheel options, you get the red calipers, you can even get the rear axle steering now in the facelift. But I can't blame anyone for choosing this instead. So to conclude, this is the most characterful, theatrical, enjoyable, and monstrous car that you can buy for under £100,000. The facelift has only made the standard AMG GT better. To put it simply, the entry level to the AMG GT family will not tolerate being underestimated by you. It is a monster, and it is a monster that is absolutely, absolutely addictive to the petrol head. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Keep an eye out for more speed reviews. Please do like and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon. Next time on Remove Before Race. You've seen the entry-level GT, but now let's take you to the other side of the scale with the beast of the green hell, the AMG GTR, next on Speed Reviews.